Assalamualaikum students, this is Miss Maruk from SM Public Academy Campus 5. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and taking good care of yourselves. Let's start today's lecture. So what are we going to study today? We are going to read a new lesson. A mother for a lion. We will read page number 53 till page number 56 today. I hope your literature books are opened in front of you. So this is a story of a lion cub. You know what is cub? What does cub mean? Cub means baby of lion. As the baby of cat is called kitten, just like that, the baby of lion is called cub. You can see the picture of cub here. Okay? So, in this story, the mother of this lion cub was killed by the hunters. And he was all alone in the African bush. Then one day, two sailors came for rest, okay? And there they found the cub. The lion cub was all alone in the African bush. So the sailors decided to take him with them in their ship. When he was taken to the ship, there he developed friendship with the ship's dog. And the name of the ship's dog is Jess. What happened next? Let's read this story to know this. Page number 53, A Mother for a Lion. Put your fingers on the line that I am reading. A mother for a lion. There was once a little lion cub whose mother had been killed by hunters. He wasn't nearly old enough to look after himself, but there he was all alone in the African bush. So it is the story about the lion cub whose mother was killed by the hunters. He was not old enough to look after himself. He was a little one. He couldn't take care of himself, right? But he was all alone in the African bush. There was no one to look after him. Okay? At first, the lion cub was frightened. So he ran and ran until he saw the blue sea sparkling in the distance. Frightened means afraid. And sparkling means shining. Okay? Then he was tired. So he opened his mouth in a wide yawn and he blinked his yellow eyes. He curled himself up in a patch of dust and he fell asleep. So the little lion cub was afraid because he was alone in the bush. He started running and he kept running until he saw the blue sea. Then he got tired and he stopped there. He opened his mouth in a wide yawn and started to blink his eyes. And he has yellow eyes, okay? What is the color of lion cub's eyes? Yellow. Alright. He was so tired, so he curled himself. Curled means fold, okay? He folded himself in the patch of dust and he fell asleep. And there 2 sailors found him. A cargo ship was in port nearby, and the sailors had come to spend an hour or 2 on the beach. When the lion cub was asleep in the patch of dust, the 2 sailors came there, okay? And they came there for rest. They wanted to spend an hour or 2 there. But when they found the lion cub, they stopped. "Look," said one in surprise, "a lion cub." "Be careful," whispered the other. So when they found the lion cub, they were so surprised. But the other one whispered to be careful. Okay? His mother may come out in a minute. So they were afraid that his mother may come out. Okay? They were thinking that if there is a lion cub, there must be his mother too. And she may come out in a minute. They waited, but nothing moved in the bushes. And the lion cub went on sleeping. So they were waiting for the mother, lion cub's mother. But no one came from the bushes. "He looks too small to be left alone," said the first sailor. He bent down and lifted up the little lion cub. The lion cub opened his yellow eyes and crinkled up his nose. So one of the sailors said that the lion cub is too small to be left alone in the African bush. So he bent down and lifted the little lion cub. When the sailor lifted up the lion cub opened his yellow eyes and he crinkled up his nose. Crinkled means wrinkled. Okay. He stretched his front legs and patted sailor's face with soft little paws. When he was in sailor's lap, he stretched his front legs and he patted the sailor's face with his little paws. Okay? Patted means tap. Patted means tapped. And what does stretched means? When we wake up in the morning, we stretch, right? We extend our body. So this is stretching. Alright? The sailors laughed. So when the lion cub was patting the sailor's face, the sailors started to laugh. They were enjoying it. They sat on the ground and began to play with the lion cub, as they might have played with a kitten. So the sailors started to play with the lion cub, just like we play with the kitten. Do you play with the kittens? Wow! Oh, I really like kitten. So the sailors started playing with the lion cub. You can see this here in the picture. They are playing with the lion cub. They rolled him on his back and stroked his furry chest. Stroked. Here stroked means tickled. Okay? Tickled. They rolled him on his back and stroked his furry chest. They started tickling the little lion cub. They put their hands in the mouth and let him pretend to bite them. Pretend means pose. Okay? Pretend means pose. So they were giving their fingers in the lion cub's mouth. But lion cub was so little. It was a little cub. So he was not biting them. Okay? He was just pretending to bite them. He was just posing. Alright? They laughed and talked and played with him for a long while. So the sailors were laughing and they were talking there and playing with the lion cub. So they were having a great time. And the lion cub was also enjoying because he had someone there to play with. Alright? Let's underline the new words of these pages. Frightened. Frightened means afraid. Sparkling. Sparkling means shining. Curled. Curled means folded. Just like we curl ourselves when we sleep. Okay? Curl. Whispered. Whispered means spoke slowly. Like we whisper when we share our secret with our friend. Bent. Bent means to bow. Crinkled. Crinkled means wrinkled. Okay? Creased. Stretched. Stretched means to extend one's body. Like we stretch when we wake up in the morning. Patted. Patted means tapped. Like our mother pat our shoulder when we do something great. So that is pat. Okay? Stroked. Stroked means tickled. Furry. Pretend. Pretend means to pose. Alright? I hope you have underlined these new words with me. Let's turn the page now. It's time we went back to the ship, said one at last. He stood the little lion cub on its feet and said, "Goodbye, little one. Run along home now." So, one of the sailors said that we should go back to the ship now, because they had spent much time with the lion cub. So they stood the little lion cub on its feet and said goodbye to him. But when the sailors started to walk away, the lion cub followed them, ran over their feet and bit their shoelaces. When sailors were going back, when they started to walk away, the lion cub started following them. Means he started to go after the sailors. The lion cub ran over their feet and bit their shoelaces. Bit is the past form of bite. Bite means to cut something with the teeth. You can see this in the picture here. The lion cub is biting. Okay? So why he is doing all this? I think he wanted the sailors to stop, right? He didn't want the sailors to go back. No, no, said the sailors. They pushed him gently into the bushes and they hurried back along the dusty road to the port. But the lion cub ran out again. When the cub was trying to stop the sailors pushed him back. Okay? He pushed him back to the bushes and they hurried back on the road to the port. Okay? So that the lion cub cannot follow them. But what happened? The lion cub ran out again. He came back to the sailors. He tumbled over their feet, dug his claws into their socks, and tried to bite their shoes. He would not let the sailors go. Tumbled means fell. So, just to stop the sailors, the lion cub tumbled over their feet. He fell over their feet. He started digging his claws into their socks and he tried to bite their shoes. So he was showing that he didn't want the sailors to go back. Alright? Mark till here, page number 56. Okay? Let's underline few new words on this page. Followed. Followed means to go after. Tumbled. Tumbled means fell. So we have done the reading. I hope you have marked the page. Let's see the new words that we have read in the pages today. Here you go. Let's read the words one by one. Frightened, bent, whispered, crinkled, stretched, patted, stroked, sparkling, furry, pretend, followed, and the last one is tumbled. I hope you have read these new words with me. Let's discuss the key points. Okay. Who killed the lion cub's mother? Do you know the answer? Hunters. Very nice. Hunters killed the lion cub's mother. That's why the lion cub was all alone in the bush. Where was the lion cub found? Where was the lion cub? In the African bush. Very nice. The lion cub was in the African bush. What's the color of cub's eyes? Do you remember the color of his eyes? Yellow. Very nice. He blinked up his yellow eyes. So the color of his eyes is yellow. Very nice. Who found the lion cub? Do you remember? Who came for rest in the bush? Sailors. Sailors found the lion cub. And how many sailors were there? 2. Okay, remember this. There were 2 sailors. What was there in the port? Cargo ship. A cargo ship was there in the port. Okay, and the sailors came in this cargo ship. Do you know what is cargo ship? Cargo ship is a big ship that is used for transporting the goods. Okay, for moving the goods from one place to another. Who did not want the sailors to go? Who want the sailors to stop? Lion cub. The lion cub didn't want the sailors to go back. Okay? So lion cub was trying to stop the sailors. What was he doing? He was biting their shoes. He was stumbling over their feet. And what else he was doing? He was digging his claws to their socks, right? Just to stop them. We are done now. I hope you have understood the lesson and you have enjoyed reading it. Thank you for watching this video, my dear students. I'll be back with another lesson. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.